Hey guys, thanks for watching. This is gonna be um an odd one. I've seen a few people go around and actually like do these and discuss these. Just not really in my circles. And also not all of them. Uh, but what we're gonna be doing today is going through some of the Embrace autism quizzes, um, autism tests, which isn't also just, if we get to them, there are more than just autism tests. But this is kind of just, I want to bring a little bit of awareness to these kinds of self-help type of stuffs. Again, these are not to diagnose, but to kind of lead in the right path. I've been practically diagnosed, which I know is a weird sentence, but I'm not going to elaborate too much on that. I am autistic. By DSM-5 standards, I'm type 1 autistic. The type, it's not type, it's level. It's weird. Grade 1? I can't remember exactly. I know it's essentially there are 3 tiers in the DSM, which the DSM is not also the best for it. But yeah. So basically this year, because it was at the beginning of this year, I've been kind of going through the journey of accepting that about myself and embracing that part of myself. And so I thought a good way to also do that would be to actually go through some of these tests and see if they vibe, and also if it was a lot more self-evident. So this is the RADS-R, which has a lot. The Rifto Autism, okay, not like in the second word there, but the scale revised. Self-report questionnaire, designed to identify adult autistics who escape diagnosis due to a subclinical level of presentation. 80 statements, 10 to 30 minutes. 2011, which is why it still has the second A in there, probably. But yeah, let's take the appropriate and respectful wording. 2-star, yeah. Clarity and lack of ambiguity, 1-star, and then testing accuracy, 4-star. Okay. And adults 16 or up with ASD level 1, there we go, levels, okay, or subclinical autism. Adults with IQ in the normal range of 80 or, I can never remember if that's 80 or below or 80 or above. What was mine? 124? Shit. Hold on, I can actually find this out. 154? It was 1 something 4, or 1 something 3, and then sibling had 4. It shouldn't be too hard, because, oh wait, but I blocked them. We did block them. Did that remove the text from before, though? Let's see, we were still being civil at this point. If I search IQ, so theirs was 124, which means mine was probably 123 or 124. Anyways, doesn't matter. Let's. Okay, so scoring is 0 to 240. Score of 65 plus indicates you are likely autistic, and no neurotypical scored above 64 in the research. And 65 or below means you're likely not. or no, below 65. Okay, so the other thing was 80 or above. Okay. I don't want to know the way it's grades, because then, could affect the choices. Let's go. I am a sympathetic person. True now and when I was young. True only now. True only when I was younger than 16. Never true. It's always... Hold on. Let me really... I always get sympathy and empathy. Sympathy versus empathy. Empathy is our ability to understand how someone feels, while sympathy is our relief in not having the same problems. That doesn't sound right. Feeling sorry for someone from your own point of view, offering unsolicited advice, passing on a judgment. Yeah, I can be sympathetic. More empathetic usually. I would say it's been true now and when I was young. I was the kid that would go out of my way to make sure everyone's doing okay, which is not great for a 6-year-old, but yeah. I often use words and phrases from movies and televisions in conversations. Yes, to the annoying degree, some would say. Also, I'm gonna, since this was from 2008 originally and then 2011, YouTube, a lot of YouTube, and music also. Kind of like, anyways, I won't get into it, but yes, I'm sure it has come in on stream. I will hear a single phrase and I'll go into a Game Grumps rant or go into song. So yeah, I'm often surprised when others tell me I've been rude. Definitely was surprised when I was younger, because it happened a lot more. Here's the thing. It happened a lot more when I was younger by people that were I don't even want to say projecting. It was people that were being overly negative. I guess it is projecting. And then to act like they weren't, they would put those feelings on in that presentation on other people. Uh-oh, are we dropping frames? I may also be live streaming. Shit. We're not... Oh, I paused the... Okay, we're good. Okay. Now, I mean, I can be an asshole. But rude and surprised... I would say if someone told me I was rude now, I wouldn't be that surprised. So I would probably see how it came off. So we'll go with younger. It was definitely a surprise then. Sometimes I talk too loudly or too softly and I'm not aware of it. Yes. Often both, I've been told multiple times. I often don't know how to act in social situations. I wish it was only when I was younger. Because I have gotten a lot better with age. But I will still be an awkward mess. So yeah, no. Which is why I probably don't socialize as much. Anyways, I can put myself into other people's shoes. Yes. To the nth degree, and it fucking sucks. Sometimes. Especially when you put yourself into someone's shoes when they've gone through something devastating or traumatic in a recent thing. Recent time, taking on those, it's not even taking on those emotions from the other person is the thing. It's like, invoking those emotions within yourself because of the situation that they're, you know what I'm saying. Anyways, I have had a hard time figuring out what some phrases means, like "you're the apple of my eye." No, actually, my spouse, yes, and I want to send this test to my spouse. But like, other than some in the Midwest, and those are usually just like dialect-based ones. No, I've always like slow your roll and all that. I've always understood that type of stuff. I can be very symbolic sometimes. I used to try to come up with my own terms of phrase all the time. And people would say mine were confusing. I only like to talk to people who share my special interests. Only? No. It is easier, but no, as long as someone's not an asshole and their interest isn't dumb. Like, I don't, or not even that their interest isn't dumb, but like that they are a lot more informative than just enthusiastic about their interest. Like, I have so many people in my life that love fishing, and I don't give a shit about fishing, and I don't want to hear them talking about fishing, but if they were to go into, like, more detail of how like, why certain things were, you know, special about the situation they're talking about or whatnot, then sure. Any story can be good depending on who's telling it. And any conversation can be good depending on who it's with. So it's not that I only like to talk to people who share my own special interests. It's that several people don't talk about their interests in a super great manner, if that makes sense. And I fall into that too, I'm sure. I focus on details rather than the overall idea. Ooh. I can. I would say yes, I still do. It's just not all the time. I can sometimes be like, no, yeah, that's still the case. Okay. I always notice how food feels in my mouth. This is more important to me than how it tastes. It is very important. Texture is a thing. Taste is also a thing, but something could taste good and have bad texture, and I would not have it in my mouth. But also, if something tastes bad but has a decent texture, I would also spit that shit out of my mouth. So they're kind of equal to me. And I do feel like I can get used to a texture more easily. But then again, there's times where like I've had to spit out oatmeal that was... Ooh. I'll go with true now. I miss my best friends or family when we were apart for a long time. Yeah. I've been reconnecting with some of my family because, you know, holidays... some of my friends, because holidays are very, like... I'm not in really too many friend groups where, like, we go out of our ways to get each other stuff for the holidays. Everyone kind of goes to their families, and then we group back up in the new year. We're kind of doing that now, and just like, yeah, no, I've missed the fuck out of them. Sometimes I offend others by saying what I'm thinking, even if I don't mean to. Yeah. I've gotten a bit better with age, but it still happens from time to time. I only like to think and talk about a few things that interest me. Like to. I enjoy thinking about more than just my shit. I go out and listen to philosophy. I try to listen to a lot of new music, watch a lot of new shows. I've heard that there's an autistic trait of where you just like to do the same stuff, or like to intake the same stuff over and over again. Which is not me. I despise watching the same stuff too closely together, unless, and this is something I've learned in recent years, unless I'm then showing it to someone. So it used to be, and I'm figuring out, it's been a while since I've gone to therapy, but I'm realizing that this is probably due to me feeling more isolated growing up than now. But I used to be where when I watched, let's say, well, no, I don't know. Let's say I watched The Labyrinth, right? Great movie. My brother would put it on like every night, though, and that was annoying as hell, but it was a musical, so it wasn't the worst. I should also send this to my brother. But like if he had put it on like in the afternoon, and then it came on the next day, and the next day, like no. Or people that go to the movie theater multiple times for the same movie. That baffles my mind. But sometimes with shorter form stuff like TV shows, I'll watch, or YouTube videos, I'll watch it and be like, I kind of want to share this with X person. And then I'll, instead of sending it to them, I will put it on while we're in the same room. And that I'm able to like still enjoy. So I'm going with never true, but I do know that's a regular thing. I'd rather go out to eat in a restaurant by myself than with someone I know. No. I would rather go with someone I know, for sure. And that's not even just a post-pandemic thing. Other than my most depressed times. Even then, though, like, I would rather... I don't necessarily like the act of eating around other people, but the socializing aspect I'm fine with. I cannot imagine what it would be like to be someone else. I'm trans. Of course I can. Again, that kind of feeds into the taking on others' emotions thing from earlier. And yeah, no, I've been able to do that for a long time. I've been told that I am clumsy or uncoordinated. Only when I was younger. I was very clumsy as a kid. I would run into walls. I would trip. I would try to jump and not make it. When I was 4, I flipped 3 or 4. I flipped over a guardrail on a ramp we had in our backyard back in the day and cracked my head on the concrete. Had to go to the hospital for stuff. Yeah, but then like post-puberty, I've actually been obscenely good with balance and stuff. Occasionally, if I'm having like ear problems, I can still get a bit unbalanced, but that's normal. Others consider me odd or different. Yeah, and I was I wasn't too surprised when I was a kid, because yeah, let's be honest, I was a weird fucking kid. But I remember having a coworker when at my fourth job, that was like, I get that you're eccentric and you're not here to make friends. And I'm just like, what? I'm just doing my own thing and trying to get our work done. What the fuck are you talking about? And then like, I've had people at my newest job, or my latest job, which I've been at for almost 8 years now, so it's not really new, but be like, yeah, no, they think very differently. And I'm like, yeah, my brain pipes just are wired a bit different. Anyways, so now less, more different. Sometimes odd, though. I understand when friends need to be comforted. I understand when they need to be, yes. I struggle to know how to comfort. Because I always am worried that I'm going to, like, say the wrong thing or add additional comforting others verbally is difficult for me. And then comforting others physically, ironically, the people where I would be comfortable doing that with don't like physical comfort. Anyways, I am very sensitive to the way my clothes feel when I touch them. How the feel is more important to me than how they look. This is 100% true when I was younger. I used to refuse to wear pajamas because they were too soft, and it can still be a problem today. I have a few pajamas that I can't wear to bed, which just kind of defeats the purpose. I would say with age, look has gotten a bit more important, but sensitivity. There's actually still some shirts that I won't wear because it's sensitivity. So yeah, no, that's. Can people wear uncomfortable clothes? Oh no. Is it paused again? No, I'm just standing. Okay. I'm glad this is working. Glad the recording / streaming live is working because I might actually be able to do this more. I like to copy the way certain people speak and act. It helps me appear more normal. I do like to copy the way some people speak and sometimes act. I've been told I mirror people a lot. I'm not usually... now I'll get into my own head about it. But, before it was like a subconscious thing. And my spouse has told me that I can speak differently depending on who I'm around. I do think that's a bit normal, though. Like, I'll go back into my East Coast accent when I'm around my family, a Southern East Coast accent when I'm around my family, and I can get into my Midwest accent when I'm with my spouse. Anyways, but I also love impressions, but I don't purposely go out of my way to copy how people are talking or acting. I'm trying to think if that was true when I was younger. I don't think it was. I've never... It didn't occur to me to do that. Like, I never saw people as role models to, oh, I should be behaving like them. It's like, I am myself and I will behave how I behave. It was very intimidating for me to talk to more than one person at the same time. Yes. Still, I will actually get anxiety attacks over it now. Well, I would get anxiety attacks over it when I was younger too, but now I'll get them and still just be able to push through them rather than, yeah. It does also depend on the situation. This is going in what I'm assuming is a casual situation with, like, if I had 2 employees or whatnot. Yeah. 2 is not too bad. More than 2, it starts to be an issue. But if it's my friend group, sometimes we'll get 5 of us in, and it can work. I have to act normal to please other people to make them like me. I'm sure if I did try to act normal, people would like me more. But again, with the thing of I don't consciously mirror, I don't intake people's mannerisms and that kind of stuff to be able to reproduce them. So I wouldn't necessarily know how to act normal. What, be like, hello, how was your day? Ah, yes, the weather is quite annoying. How is your mother? Like, I don't I don't know how. So yeah. I'm sure more people would like me to act normal. I can't. Meeting new people is usually easy for me. Definitely not when I was younger. I did get some experience being better at it through college and through adulthood. It depends on the situation. It depends on the situation. If it's a setting where I'm actively going to be forming some form of relationship, whether that be acquaintance, whether that be friendship, whether that be like anything else, then yes. If it's a coworker situation, the first day is usually difficult, but after that, no. I'm gonna go with true, because for the most part, no. I get highly confused when someone interrupts me when I am talking about something I am very interested in. I get confused on how they can be so rude. They literally will just interject and change subjects. So yeah. It is difficult for me to understand how other people are feeling when we are talking. No. Was that true when I was younger? Kinda. When I was younger, but again, I don't feel like that was because of, like, I could understand also when I was younger, because there were some times where I was just, like, blatantly not understanding from people outside of what I was talking about earlier, semi-manipulative, projecting people, narcissistic people. I don't know why I don't just say narcissistic, they're narcissistic. I like having a conversation with several people, for instance, around a dinner table, at school, or at work. So several okay. In conversation with, no. I would hate, I think my parents realized this with age, is I would hate doing family dinners where people started to try to ask me stuff, because I was the youngest of 4, so we had 6 in the family. Plus, we would always have dogs that would make a ruckus when we had food around. So just like the noise would get so much that I was able to tune it out if I was focusing on eating. But then if someone tried to pull me into a conversation to where I was then having to focus on that, I would just get very uncomfortable. And sometimes I would take the food to my room. Anyways, I take things too literally, so I often miss what people are trying to say. Again, my spouse. I definitely did when I was younger. I don't think I take things as literally now. Yeah. It is very difficult for me to understand when someone is embarrassed or jealous. It's very easy for me to understand when someone is embarrassed. Jealousy is still one that I can tell when people are being envious, which is someone jealous. Of, like, they'll go out of their way to kind of be rude to other people because they have a thing that they wish they had from the other person. Yeah? Let's see. Because it's very clear to see when people are embarrassed. It says or, not and, so yeah, we're good. Some ordinary textures that do not bother others feel very offensive when they touch my skin. Hell yes. Hate chalkboards, hate sometimes just regular walls. Styrofoam is the worst thing. Balloons and rubber, like thin rubber. Ugh. Oh, thank you. Why is it a black screen? Oh, the final part of the Kingdom Hearts thing is going. Cool. For an hour and a half. Oh. Alexa, how much time left on that timer? Okay. Alexa, add 10 minutes to that timer. I get extremely upset when the way I like to do things is suddenly changed. I'm pretty good at adapting. I'm trying to think if when I was younger, ironically, what I'm trying to think of, even though it's been years since they've updated stuff, is YouTube. That's been like the most consistent thing, I think, of I would get upset back when YouTube made changes, but in like the early days when it was like, why is the visual style changing and all this? I think now that they've gotten everything optimized, it's good. And when they were starting to get things actually optimized and not just changing things for aesthetic reasons, yeah, it was good. Suddenly, extremely upset. I would say no to now for sure. I'm trying to think of younger. Again, I'm pretty good always at rolling with the punches and adapting. So I'm gonna go with no. I've never wanted or needed to have what other people call an intimate relationship. No. Now I'm taking this as just a romantic relationship. I've always wanted that. I would tell people when I was younger I didn't, when secretly I did. But yeah, no, I've always, I'm a romantic at heart. It is difficult for me to start and stop a conversation. I need to keep going until I am finished. Yeah, no, it is definitely difficult. And sometimes I can see that the flow has changed to where I can't continue on a topic, and like it'll be on my mind for like the next half hour. And be like, is there a way I can work back to this? Yeah. I speak with a normal rhythm. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say that was never true, because I think if you watch my streams, you can tell that not only the way I'm speaking currently, of where I'm like speaking almost how I would assume a text-to-speech chat GPT or any AI chat bot would work, of where I'm like producing a few lines at a time in massive chunks though. But also sometimes I will just skip entire points to what I'm trying to make and then have to circle back. So no. The same sound color or texture can suddenly change from very sensitive to very dull. Same sound. So no, usually the opposite. Something dull can get very sensitive. But I've never like been like, that is too bright, and then gotten used to it. It kind of just always stays bright. When a sound is being annoying, I need to get it away. Texture cannot get again. Texture, sometimes I can eat half my oatmeal and I'll be fine, and then that 12th scoop, I'll be like, this is bad, and then I have to get rid of it. The phrase, "I've got you under my skin," makes me uncomfortable. I've got you under my skin. I've got you under my skin. If it was under my thumb, yeah. No, under my thumb. Under your thumb is, well, it's just a very controlling phrase. But I've got you under my skin just kind of makes me laugh. It's kind of unsensical. So no, definitely not now. I've never heard it when I was younger. I think I would probably find it funny when I was younger too. Sometimes the sound of a word or a high-pitched noise can be painful to my ears. Yeah. Is that not normal? Do people hear high-pitched noises and not go, ah? I am an understanding type of person. Uh, yeah. Yeah. I do not connect with characters in movies and cannot feel the way they feel. No, I can. I'm trying to think of younger though, because spoiler alert, I don't think I've ever cried when Mufasa died in The Lion King. But I've gotten, and here's why I'm going to say never true and not true when I was younger. Because when Ash fucking died in the first Pokemon movie and Pikachu was sad, I was bawling my eyes out. There's probably going to be something on here of where I can connect with animals easier than I can connect with people. Oh god. But yeah, no. I'm okay to connect with. It is definitely easier with age. I cannot tell when someone is flirting with me. Oh god. Okay. Here's the thing. I've definitely, in retrospect, have had people flirting with me, and I've been like, oh shit. But it was with my spouse. It's always been an unsure thing of like, I could see how this is interpreted as flirting, but also they could just be really nice. And I never want to be that person that misinterprets being nice as flirting. So I think it's not necessarily that I can't tell. It's that I can't distinguish, which I guess is being unable to tell. And I definitely was not able to when I was younger. But I feel like nowadays, if someone was trying to flirt with me, like there was a coworker a few years back that I'm pretty sure if they weren't flirting with me, they were being really fucking handsy. And like, I don't know exactly how to put it. Though I've also, I don't know. Let's go with never. Let's go with true now. I'm not actually be that good at telling. I can see in my mind exact detailed things I am interested in. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what it means by that. Do you mean like I'm interested in money and can see a dollar bill? Or do you mean like how to get that? Or do you mean like the apple thing of where like if I picture an apple, what grade is it? And to be fair, it shifts between 5 different images because people have talked about it being different shapes fucking so much that I will go from the outline to a 3D perfect render to a fucking live apple in my head. Yes. To the point where my mom used to think that I might be schizophrenic because she thought I was hallucinating things when it was just my imagination. Like, I knew it was my imagination too. I have never hallucinated visually. I think I have audioly when I'm like sleep deprived and just like not even, I don't even would think it's hallucinations. I think it's I'll be asleep but awake at the same time. So the dream will start, but then I'll be awake all of a sudden, if that makes sense. I keep lists of things that interest me even when they have no particular use. For example, sports. Yes, I have. 1, Smash or Pass. 2, every few years I'll go through all the Pokemon generations and pick my top 6. And I don't think I've ever showed this document to anyone. There's no reason for me to do it. Sometimes I'll just put down my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I used to do a lot more lists. It's definitely less now. But I don't think it's actually less. I think it's just in different forms. Before, I think it was like notepad documents, which I'll still do from time to time. But now it's like, oh, there's actual applications to where I can put my favorite Pokemon from each generation, and there's Smash or Pass for some other stuff. Music is completely playlist now. I don't have to write down a document of band names. I can just save the band to my playlist. Though then I'll forget some bands when I haven't had them in my rotation for a while, like the Von Bondies, which I'm being reminded of now. Anyways, when I feel overwhelmed by my senses, I have to isolate myself to shut them down. Yeah. And here's the thing that sucks. For a long time as a kid, I didn't realize that was the case. And so I would just be in an overwhelming situation and I would melt down. But yeah, no, it's actually, I've verbalized this with the rest of my family. And they're all like, if I have to be, hey, I need to go outside by myself for a couple minutes, they're all understanding. I like to talk things over with my friends. Yeah, I do like to. Again, it's just that I don't want to feel intrusive. But yeah, I would love to talk to my friends about shit more. I cannot tell if someone is interested or bored with what I am saying. 100%. Which is why the interrupting thing is like such a thing. Because like, I just assume I'm boring people all the time. So when people are interested, it's very surprising to me. It can be very hard to read someone's face, hand, and body movements when they are talking. No. I'm trying to think if that was true when I was young. With true when I was younger. Again, aggressive people, I wasn't always able to read. The same thing, like clothes or temperatures, can feel very different to me at different times. Yeah. Absolutely. Especially is that not? Because like it was 40 degrees today and I was able to go out in sandals. But 2 weeks ago it was 40 degrees and I was freezing my ass off. I feel very comfortable with dating or being in social situation. No. I'm not going to get fully into it, but yeah, no, I'm very lucky to have the partner that I have with how my comfort level is with dating. I try to be as helpful as I can when other people tell me their personal problems. Yes. Always have. To the point, literally always have. I remember being in a Neopets guild, and I think I was like 10 or 11, and this like 15-year-old was talking about their first breakup, and I was like trying to give advice, and they're like, what the fuck are you talking? Shut up, kid. They literally, you know. Anyways, I've been told that I have an unusual voice, for example, flat, monotone, childish, or high-pitched. I got high-pitched a lot as a kid, pre-puberty, which it was. I don't think I've ever gotten flat. Trying to think if I've gotten monotone. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm monotone. I don't feel like I was monotone when I was a kid either. Childish, though? I can definitely go into a childish voice at times. But I don't think I've ever been told that. So where did it go? No. Sometimes a thought or subject gets stuck in my mind and I have to talk about it, even if no one... Yeah. 100%. 100%. I do certain things with my hands over and over again, like flapping, twirling, waving things by my eye. Waving things by my eyes. Yeah, but I don't think the... Twirling sticks, yeah. Twirling pencils, twirling pens, tying strings around each of my fingers. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Flipping coins was one of my things for a long time, too. I've never been interested in what most of the people I know consider interesting. I'm not sure. Because, like, the people I've kept around... The people I've kept around are people with similar interests. You know? I think in most of the people I know, I think oh wait, never been, no, so not true. I've never been interested in it. No, interested. Again, it depends on how they are telling their stuff. I don't care about sports, but see, here's the thing. Okay, I don't care about sports. Never cared about sports. I worked at a place where it was a very sports-heavy dynamic. Everyone that worked there loved football, and they would talk about football all the time. But when I was like, oh, I don't have a favorite team or anything like that, I'm really not a sports person, they're like, they then, when talking to me about it, would make things sound more interesting. Anyways, I'm considered a compassionate type of person. Yeah, and people sometimes abuse that shit, and my spouse gets mad at me when I don't catch it. Anyways, I get along with other people by following a set of specific rules that help me look normal. No? I don't ever have to be like, reminder, don't talk about fucking 2004 card game Duel Masters. Like, don't sing Finding Foodons in a job interview. Like, I haven't had to remind myself that. And in fact, sometimes I'll butt heads with people if they're like getting pissy at me for being odd. I don't know. It is very difficult for me to work and function in groups. It's definitely easier for me to not. It's funny because I'm a supervisor now, so I'm in charge of groups, but I'm not actually technically in said groups all the time doing the work. Yeah, very difficult. It's uncomfortable. Always has been. So yeah. When I am talking to someone, it is hard to change the subject. If the other person does so, I can get very upset and confused. It is hard to change the subject. No, I change the subject too often, too much. Sometimes I have to cover my ears to block out painful noises. Like, yes. Oh god, yes, I still do this. So here's the thing, it's not just noises. Sometimes I'll put my hands over my ears when I'm like experiencing physical pain, not hearing related. I can chat and make small talk with people. I definitely couldn't when I was younger. I'm not great at it now, but from working, I've gained a few abilities in that department. Sometimes things that should feel painful are not. For instance, when I hurt myself or put my hand on the stove. Oh, that shit hurts. Sometimes I can process that pain is going to be happening, and so while it's hurting, I'm still able to push through it. But it never doesn't hurt. When telling someone I have a hard time telling when it's my turn to talk or to listen. Yeah. I'm considered a loner by those who know me best. All I was younger. I was very much a loner growing up. I usually speak in a normal tone. Yeah. I like things to be exactly the same day after day and even spot change. No. Oh god. No. Routine. That's the other thing. Routine's a common thing with autism, and I loathe routine sometimes. How to make friends and socialize is mystery. Yeah. It calms me to spin around or to rock in a chair when I'm feeling stressed. Spin around. I used to do that a lot. Rock in a chair, yeah. Usually when I'm freaking out, not exactly stressed. Now I'll do like a tapping on my chamber door. The phrase, he wears his heart on his sleeve, does not make sense to me. Of course it makes sense. It means that their emotions are very at the forefront. Like, that makes perfect sense. If I am in a place where there are many smells, textures, feel, noises, or bright lights, I feel anxious and frightened. Anxious, yes. Frightened? Kinda? I can't. Yeah. I can tell when someone says one thing but means something else. Yeah. I'm queer. It comes with the territory. I like to be myself as much as I can. Yes. Oh, by myself. Need to do a dyslexia test. I like to be by myself as much as I can. Honestly, yeah. Yeah. But I do still like to socialize. It's just I would, if it's like, hey, you're going to spend all day with yourself or all day with other people, I would choose myself. That makes sense. I keep my thoughts stacked in my memory like they are filing cards, and I pick out the ones I need to be looking through the stack and finding the right one or another unique way. Or another unique way, yes. For me, it's more like usually I'm just able to go straight to the memory, but sometimes when I'm trying to recall specific information, or filter out choices, it'll almost be like computer windows that I'll like visualize around me. So yeah. The same sound sometimes seems very loud or very soft, even though it has not changed. Yeah. I have that with the TV a lot, of where like at night I can have the volume at like 3 and be fine, and in the morning it has to crank up a little bit, and then during the day it has to go up to like 20. I enjoy spending time eating and talking with my family and friends. We'll go with only now. I enjoy spending time talking with family and friends most of the time. Eating and talking, though? No. Not when I was younger. I do now. I can't tolerate things I dislike, like smells, textures, sounds, or colors. Yeah. No. Not really, no. I've actually vomited from smells that other people are like, it's bad, but not that bad. I don't like to be hugged or held. Only when I was younger. I really did not like physical touch when I was younger. Now, me love hug. When I go somewhere, I have to follow a familiar route, or I can get very confused and upset. No, I literally last year got in my car and I was like, hey, I've been wanting to do this thing for a while now, and I'm just gonna do it if we're like drive for a few hours in a random direction and see if I can find my way home without a GPS. and I'll often walk around new and unique ways. So no, I've been a map bug a bit through my whole life. It's difficult to figure out what other people expect of me. Yes. So I put my expectations higher than I think other people would expect of me and try to complete that. I like to have close friends. Yes, I wish I had more. People tell me that I give too much detail. Definitely when I was younger and now. Yeah, I've gotten in trouble a bit. I am often told that I ask embarrassing questions. Definitely when I was younger. I think I know better than to do that now. I tend to point out other people's mistakes. Definitely when I was younger. I can now, but usually when I do it now, I'm intentionally doing it. Holy shit, 119, and anything over 65 is a... So I almost doubled. Cool. Awesome. So I'm close to the mean score of autistic people. Which is, you know, me at level 1. That makes sense. Yeah. All right. Let's go to the next one. The cat Q. This is the one I've been told that I should probably take a bit more. So this is for, first off, appropriate and respective wording. Mostly clear, and accuracy 5 stars. Is the camouflage autistic traits questionnaire. It's for social camouflaging behaviors in adults. People who mask, essentially. So it tests compensation, masking, and assimilation, strategies used to fit in with other decisions, putting on an act. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what this is. It's 25 questions. Let's go. When I am interacting with someone, I deliberately copy their... Okay, so deliberately, we're gonna go with disagree, not strongly disagree, because sometimes I will recognize that I'm doing it, but it's usually not deliberate. I monitor my body language or facial expressions so that I appear relaxed. Oh yeah, I do that all the time. I rarely feel the need to put on an act in order to get through a social situation. I somewhat agree. I have developed a script to follow in social situations. I'll often like come up with something beforehand and then, but it's less a script and more like trying to go through the dialogue to see if, you know, to remind myself, hey, if this happens, you can do this. But usually I'll do some form of it without an exact script. So somewhat disagree. I will repeat phrases that I've heard others say in the exact same way that I first heard them. Yes, usually not right back to them. But yeah. I adjust my body language or facial expressions so that I appear interested in the person I am interacting with. I can, sometimes. In social situations, I feel like I'm performing rather than being myself. Social situations. If it's with friends, no. If it's with professionally, sometimes. We'll go with disagree. In my own social interactions, I use behaviors that I've learned from watching other people interacting. Now, I always think about the impression I make on other people. Yes. I need the support of other people in order to socialize. Yeah. I practice my facial expressions and body language to make sure they look natural. No. Mostly no. I've been told my smile's weird from time to time, so that I will be like, can I do a normal smile? No, it looks weird. I don't feel the need to make eye contact with other people if I don't want to. Yeah. I have to force myself to interact with people when I am in social situations. Sometimes. Oftentimes I'll just try to put myself in the background. I've tried to improve my understanding of social skills by watching other people. I monitor my body language or facial expressions so I appear interested by the person I am interacting with. Again, they asked that earlier. When in social situations, I try to find ways to avoid interacting with others. Yeah. Mostly agree. Yeah, some situations, no. I have researched the rules of social interactions to improve my own social skills. I wish this was a strong disagree. But I think I have done that once. I am always aware of the impression I make on other people. Always aware? That's an odd one. I feel free to be myself when I'm with other people. Free to be. Yeah. I learn how people use their bodies and faces to interact by watching television. No. I adjust my body language or facial expressions so that I appear relaxed. I can try to do that sometimes, yep. When talking to other people, I feel like the conversation flows naturally. Somewhat disagree. I have spent time learning social skills from television. Social interactions, I do not pay attention to what my face social situations, I feel like I'm pretending to be normal. 99. So reverse the scores of the answers for the statements 3, 12, 22, and 24 like so. The animal. What? What? Hold on. Download the PDF. I have 3 totals and 1 big total. So, what is it asking me? For the comp score, add up all the answers. Okay, that's 28. Masking scores 39 and assimilation is 32. Total score of 100 or above indicates you camouflage autistic traits, but other than knowing the threshold, making sense of your scores can be challenging. Maybe help the compares. Okay, so the average male is around 124, average male is around 109, average NB is 122. Where was my compensation? 28. That's closest with dude. Assimilation 32. Well, all the lowest are gonna be dude, isn't it? Then masking 39. Masking is closer to female. Whoa. For neurotypical. Okay, here we go. Except I'm not neurotypical for sure. So total 90 for female, higher with male and NB. Masking closer to NB, assimilation in between, and then compensate. What was compensation? 28. So yeah. Okay. And then autistic neurotypical differences. I don't know what that means, but okay. So like, I don't know what that entails. Cool. I'm not good at masking. Okay. This is the AQ-12 Autism Spectrum Acquaintant. It's a quick questionnaire that primary care practitioner can use if you should be referred to for an assessment. Not good in clarity. Mostly respectful and appropriate wording. Testing accuracy. I often notice small sounds when others do not. Yes, when I'm reading a story, I find it difficult to work out the character's intentions. Mostly disagree. Some characters, it's clear that the intentions don't match the goals. I find it easy to read between the lines when someone's talking to me. Yep. I usually concentrate more on the whole picture rather than the small details. Slightly disagree. I know how to tell if someone listening to me is getting bored. Slightly disagree. I find it easy to do more than one thing at once. Yes. Slightly agree. Sometimes I can get it wrong. I find it easy to work out that what someone is thinking or feeling just by looking at their face. Usually, yeah. If there's an interruption, I can switch back to what usually. I like to collect information about categories of yes. I find it difficult to work out people's intentions. Usually not. 4. 6 or higher. I might not be autistic. And here's the thing. Oh, wait. Identifies adults who often escape diagnosis due to subclinical level presentation. Oh. Well, damn. Okay. Let's continue on. The ASQ, Autism Spectrum Quantum, is 50 questions. So this is the test for 2001. Let's skip this one. Test for empathy, 60 statements. Okay. Mostly respective wording, ambiguity. Also, 60 questions, 5 minutes? You crazy? You can easily tell if someone wants to enter a conversation. Usually. For animals to humans, usually. I try to keep up with the current trends and fashions. Nah. I find it difficult to explain to other things that I understand easily when they don't understand it the first time. I find it difficult to explain to others. Gotcha. I find it difficult to explain to others things that I understand easily when they don't understand it. Yeah. 100%. I dream most nights. Yes, when I was younger, not so much now. I really enjoy caring for people. It depends. There can be a joy that comes from it for sure. I think right now is not a good time to ask me that while my back's fucked. Try to solve my own problems rather than yeah. Find it hard to know what to do in a social situation. Usually, I am at my best first thing in the morning. No. It took me 3 hours to get out of bed today. 2 hours to get out. No, actually today I got out pretty quickly. Yesterday, I think I woke up at 8 and didn't get out of bed until 11 because my Tuesday boy, was cuddling with me. People often tell me that I went too far in driving my point home in a discussion. Definitely when I was younger. Not so much now. Oh, okay. It doesn't bother me too much if I'm late meeting a friend. If I'm late, that bothers me a ton. Friendships and relationships are just too difficult, so I tend not to bother with them. I would love to bother with them. I just am bad at it. At not feeling, like I'm bothering someone. I would never break a law, no matter how minor. This is written by someone who's never driven. I often find it difficult to judge if something is rude or polite. No. Yeah. Sometimes. In a conversation, I tend to focus on my own thoughts rather than on what my listener may be thinking. Yeah, sometimes. I prefer practical jokes to verbal humor. No, I love a good smart joke. I live life for today rather than the future. It depends. I would say mostly. Yeah, when I was a child, I enjoyed cutting up work. No, fuck no. Oh, I hated those people. Oh. Leave them alone. Though I say that, I do think I actually poured salt once on a slug to see what would happen and felt horrific about it for like 2 months afterwards. I can pick up quickly if someone says one thing but means another. Yeah, usually. I tend to have very strong opinions about, yeah, I've ended friendships over moral conflicts. It is hard for me to see why some things upset people so much. Sometimes I find it easy to put myself in some. Yes, I think good manners are the most important thing a parent can teach their child. It's definitely good, but the most important thing, I think morals are better than manners, because you can have the perfect manners. You can be the most pleasant person to be around and be the most bigoted fuck in the world. No. I like to do things on the spur of the moment. Sometimes, yeah. These are not bipolar tests. I'm good at predicting how someone will feel. Usually, I'm good at predicting good feels. I'm bad at predicting bad. No, opposite. I over predict bad feels. But sometimes it's not. I'm quick to spot when someone in a group is feeling, oh, yeah. If I say something that someone else is offended by, I think that's their problem, not mine. Depends on the thing. If someone's offended by me being queer, that's a them problem. If it's something I wasn't understanding of, then sure, it could be a me problem. If anyone asked me if I liked their haircut, I would reply truthfully, even if I didn't like it. Probably, yeah. I think with coworkers, I would say I would usually be like mostly courteous, if I could be. But with people I care about, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Not that I don't care about my coworkers, but like that relationship continues after work. I can't always see why someone should have felt offended by a remark. Definitely when I was younger sometimes, but with age. Why are you yawning, buddy? You're making me yawn. People often tell me that I'm very unpredictable. When I was younger a little bit. Now? Enjoy being no. Seeing people cry doesn't really upset me. No. It upsets me emotionally, and like I'll usually start to tear up. I enjoy having discussions about politics. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Or one, again, I'm queer, and politics really doesn't like queer people. Well, let me rephrase that. Politics loves queer people. Because some of the political views are to discuss if we should exist or have rights, which is bullshit. Before I had accepted queerness about myself, I actually did like having some discussions and debates with others about this type of stuff. About like, not about stuff that I feel is more like morally bankrupt if you are on one side or the other, but stuff where it's like either A, we can educate each other, or B, is like or nuanced. I'm gonna go slightly disagree just because the current landscape. I am very blunt, which some people take, even though it is unintentional. Definitely when I was younger. I'm sure I still have some of those traits. I don't find social situations confusing. Disagree. Other people tell me I'm good at understanding how they are feeling or what they are thinking. When I talk to people, I tend to talk about their experiences rather than my own. It upsets me to see an animal in pain. Who does not get upset by that? The fuck? I'm able to make decisions without being influenced by people's feelings. Sometimes. I would say more often than not, I can push past that if needed. I had to get after one of my managers one time because he was refusing to get rid of someone who was sleeping at work and not getting their work done for multiple months because he was uncomfortable having that conversation with someone that was so young. And I was like, that's your job. Anyways, that manager just doesn't have that job anymore. I can't relax until I've done everything I planned to do that day. No, I can push things back. I can easily tell if someone else is interested or bored with what I'm saying. I get upset if I see people suffering on news programs. Yes, which is why a lot of the time I avoid the news. When you get emotionally upset from this type of stuff and you intake the news, and I still watch the news daily, it's just I used to watch the morning news, the afternoon news, the nightly news. I would keep up to date on everything all the time, into the nitty gritty details, and I was miserable. I was emotionally bankrupt. I'm not sure bankrupt is the correct term. I emotionally drained completely from it. So now I'll do my one little intake of news per day, plus I see what's on social media. I won't get into the nitty-gritty details of stuff because of emotional things, unless I feel like I need to. Anyways, didn't mean to get into a full-on thing about it. Yeah, friends usually talk to me about their problems as they say that I'm very understanding. Go with agree. When I'm talking with my friends, they'll talk to me about their problems if it's a me and them situation. If it's multiple friends are there, usually not. And they have other friends that they will typically talk to before me, but if we're hanging out, yeah. I can sense if I'm intruding even if the other person doesn't tell me. Usually. I often start new hobbies, but yeah. People sometimes tell me that I have gone way too far with teasing. Yeah. In the past. I would be too nervous to go on a big roller coaster. Yes. And now I'd be worried that I could actually die from heart stuff. Other people often say that I'm insensitive, though I don't see why. Again, growing up, but we're gonna go with no. Nowadays, no. If I see a stranger in a group, how many questions was this? I thought this was like 50 questions. If I see a stranger in a group, this was supposed to be a 5-minute quiz. If I see a stranger in a group, I think that it's up to them to make an effort to join in. To a degree, yes, but also you can try to include someone, absolutely. They just need to also be, if you're trying to include them and they want to be included, kind of thing. Usually stay emotionally detached when watching. We watched Lassie last year and I bawled my eyes out. I like to be organized in day-to-day life and often make lists of chores that I have to do. Somewhat disagree. And I say somewhat disagree because when I start a new job or start new tasks at my job, I'll usually write out my day to kind of get the hang of it for a few days, and then I'll be good. I can tune into how someone's feeling rapidly and intuitively. Usually, I don't like to take risks. Depends on the risk. I can easily work out what other people might want to talk about. That's been between languages too, I've found. Sometimes. Before making a decision, I always weigh up the pros and cons. Sometimes. More often than not. always, yeah. If it's a serious enough decision, yeah. I don't consciously work out the rules of social. Yes, thank you. I'm good at predicting what someone will do. Usually, I tend to get emotionally involved with my friends' problems, which might be why they don't come to me first sometimes. I can usually appreciate the other person's viewpoint even if I don't agree with it. Again, queer, so not always, but sometimes. 35. This doesn't say what that means. Oh, I don't know what that means. Oh well. No. Oh, is this for... ...2013. We're gonna go with a no on this one. I think we can do one more, and there's one more that I want to specifically take. What's this? Well, this one's not too long. Adult ADHD. Oh, I don't have ADHD. The A is okay. I don't. Good. Big 5. No. SQ. No. How many questions is this one? 24? We could do this one. Time do we got? We got about 40 minutes. We could do this one and then that other one I wanted to do. Oh, we went to a different website. Uh-oh. Okay. Measures first question is how anxious or fearful you feel in a situation. The second question asks how you often avoid this situation. If you come across a situation that you ordinarily ask that you imagine what if you face this situation. Okay. Using a telephone in public. Also, this was the 80s, so that's different. So let's assume we mean talking in public. Mild fear for sure. An occasional avoidance for sure. I don't need people hearing my conversations with people. Participating in a small group activity. Fear. Which I think they also mean just like anxiety as well. Mild avoidance occasionally. Eating in public. Again, used to be a lot. Now, I'll still avoid occasionally if it's like busy as hell. You know what? Actually, I'll do mild for that as well. Drinking with others. No, I don't. I mean, I've only done that a few times, but no, it's fine. Talking to someone in authority, you know, that's very, like, outside of my job, yeah, no, again, queer, so, yeah, no, authority, not always great. Acting, performing, or speaking in front of an audience. Fear, mild now, used to be a lot worse. Avoiding, occasionally, yeah. Going to a party, moderate. Working while being observed, moderate. writing while being observed. Not really fearful, more annoying. Calling someone you don't know very well. If it's for a social thing, yeah. If it's for like a doctor's appointment or whatnot, no. Talking face to face with someone you don't know very well. Again, a social thing, yeah. Meeting strangers. Yeah. Urinating in a public bathroom. Moderate. Occasionally. Entering a room when others are already seated. Oh god, that's the worst thing. That is the worst thing in the world. Being the center of attention. Yeah, no, I don't like that. Speaking up at a meeting, mild. Actually, taking a test of your ability, skill, or knowledge. Well, what are we here for? No. Good at tests. Experiencing disagreement or disapproval with someone you don't know very well. Not really fear. It's more just annoyance again. Looking at someone who you don't know very well straight in the eyes. Oh yeah, no, that is... Yeah. Giving a prepared oral talk to a group. Mild. Not sure if I've ever avoided doing... no, I have. Trying to make someone's acquaintance for the purpose of a romantic or sexual... So, a first date. My first date before my partner, my current partner, is very, very scary. And I did cancel some dates with them at some point. Returning goods to a store for a refund. Mild, but I don't do it because, yeah, I don't want to inconvenience people. Giving a party, ooh, that would be moderate. I usually don't do it. Resisting a high pressure sales situation, yeah, no. 66. Marked social anxiety. Yeah, I could have told you that. No, my executive function's fine. Here's the last one for us today. The Yale Brown Obsessive Compulsive Scale, or LIBOX, back in '89. And this has come into... Okay. Is this different from the one that I did? I did an OCD test as well. And that's one of my quirks. I fear I might harm myself. Fear of eating with a... Yeah. Yeah. I fear I might harm other people. Fear of hurting someone's feelings. Absolutely. I have violent or horrific images in my mind. Examples. Images in my... Okay, I saw a fucking Windows... Back when fucking Windows Media Player had, like... For a very short time, they allowed uploaded videos. You could just get them for some weird reason. And I saw something that was like that. It's... Yeah, no. It will compulsively just come into my head sometimes. I definitely thought I would blurt out shit like fuck. And now I don't give a shit. I fear doing something embarrassing. Yeah. I fear I will act on an unwanted impulse. Definitely when I was younger, driving a car into a tree. You're stabbing a friend. Jesus Christ, no. Or like, I'm afraid I might spend too much money. Past, yes. I fear I will steal things when I was younger, sure. Fear that I'll harm others because I'm not careful enough, absolutely. Absolutely, to this day. I fear I'll be responsible for something else terrible happening. I was like, yeah, no, absolutely. I had a mild not a panic attack, but I had a mild like anxiety episode earlier today because my family was over and they had the door slightly cracked closed to our front door because they were bringing stuff in. And I really needed to use the bathroom. And the entire time I was using the bathroom, I'm like, the door's going to open itself open and my cats are going to get out. And I was like, I just had a freak out the entire time. And once I got out of the bathroom, the door was still half cracked closed. I was like, God damn it. I am concerned or disgusted with bodily waste or secretions. Definitely, like, I used to be afraid of sitting on the toilet seat in public because of stuff. Yeah, from other diseases from fear of your oh yeah. If pee gets on my hands, I'm washing like 50 times. I am concerned with dirt or germs. Fear of picking out germs, yeah. No, wash your hands. I'm excessively concerned with environmental. I don't know. Asbestos, yeah. Specifically asbestos, or sometimes like car fumes as well. I'm excessively concerned with certain household cleaners, fear of poisonous kitchen or bathroom cleansers, something I expect. When I was younger, not so much now. I'm excessively concerned with animals, fear of being contaminated by touching an insect. Again, definitely when I was younger, not so much now. Not excessively. If I kill a bug, yeah, I'm gonna like wash my hands. I'm bothered by sticky. Yeah, fear of it. Oh, no, no. I play with tape. I'm concerned that I will get ill because of contamination. Fear of yeah, absolutely. Still do that. I had a cut on my finger that I don't know how I got there, and I'm like, okay, well, I might get sick. I'm concerned that I will contaminate others. Yes, absolutely. I almost want to skip this one on the recording. But the recording method I'm using doesn't have a pause. Shit. That's dumb. Streamlabs get a pause. How many questions is this? This is 4 questions. Am I a homosexual? What if I suddenly become gay? And there's no... Sure. Why not? Not current. I'm bi. Well, Bismuth. No. No. Puberty. That's about it. Okay. Hoarding, saving obsessions. I have obsessions about hoarding or saving things. Worries about throwing away unimportant. Definitely when I was growing up. Shell's gotten me out of the habit for a lot of stuff, but sometimes it'll still pop up. I'm concerned with sacrilege and blasphemy. No, I don't give a fuck. I'm flipping off. You can't see it, but I'm flipping off right now. Beetlejuice, 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 motherfucker. I'm excessively worried about always doing the right thing, having to. Yeah. I don't like lying. Obsession with the need for symmetry. I have obsession with papers and books. I'm the most disorganized person when it comes to stuff. I mean, you've seen my background in the other thing. That's like the most unsymmetrical thing. But sometimes organizing can have to be exact. Like alphabetical order is important things. Hey, Kari. And I was never really that organized with that type of stuff. I feel that I need to know or remember certain things. Yeah. Dude, I'll still do it. If I get an Amber Alert on my phone, I will take down the license plate number that they have out. I'll memorize the car if I'm out and about. And I'll just be looking constantly, even though it doesn't matter. Old telephone numbers, yeah. Names of actors on shows, yeah. I fear saying certain things, such as 13 because of superstition, fear of saying something that might be disrespectful to a dead person. Yeah, I don't want to. They may be dead, but they were still a person. Fear of using words with an apostrophe because this denotes possession. I didn't know that. That's hilarious. Let's go. If they're saying fear of saying something that might be disrespectful to a dead person because like they're gonna fuck you up in the next life or whatever the shit they're going, no. I just think just because someone's dead doesn't mean they are undeserving of respect if they were respectful in their life. And also, they likely have family alive still that mourn them. So, like, yes, be honest about situations you had with them if they weren't great and that kind of stuff. Maybe give a little bit of time. But also, don't, like, meme when people... Like, unless they were, like, a dictator or the cause of, like... You know what I'm saying. You're on the internet nowadays. You get the gist of what I'm saying. But, so no. And I don't think I ever did. If you're not saying just the right thing, yes. In the past, I definitely had that. Fear of losing things, yeah. No, I do that all the time. I will freak out if I can't find my phone. You guys have heard that numerous times. I'm bothered by intrusive neutral mental images, random unwanted images in your mind. Yeah. No, that comes and goes randomly sometimes. I'm bothered by intrusive mental nonsense sounds, words in your mind that you just can't stop. Yeah, music every day. Melody is my name for a reason. Fucking sometimes it would be. When I was growing up, we had a joke of it's the song that never ends. Would just be playing on loop in my head sometimes. And then like phrases can get stuck in my head sometimes too. I'm bothered by certain sounds or noises, worries about the sounds of clocks ticking loudly or voices in another room that may interfere with sleep. Yeah. May interfere with sleeping, absolutely. Yeah. I have lucky and unlucky numbers. I definitely thought this when I was younger. I jokingly will be like, 13's my lucky day. Friday the 13th is my lucky day. And 21's one of my luckiest numbers. But like, I won't postpone or anything or perform stuff on specific days. But I definitely used to more believe in that. Certain colors have special significance to me. Black with death, red with blood or injury. No. I do believe in certain color theory of like, hey, don't put like red on your walls because that'll cause headaches and stuff. I have superstitious fear of passing a cemetery, hearse, or a black cat, fear of omens associated with death. No. I'm concerned with illness or disease, worries that you have an illness like cancer. Definitely growing up. I don't feel like I have that much anymore. I have excessive concerns with part of my body or I'm trans. Yeah. I wash my hands excessively. So it's people that know me might be confused by me saying past when I used to be notoriously not great at washing my hands all the time. But then it went during teen years the reverse of where I was washing like every 10 minutes. Now, not so much. Or thinking that you touch again. After touching or thinking that you would touch again. Yeah, no, I still do that though. If I touch like anything metal, I gotta wash my hands, and I usually double wash. I have excessive or ritualized showering, bathing, toothbrushing, grooming, or toilet routines. Several hours. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily have to be restarted, though. You can usually start from... May have to be. Basically, just with my toothbrush. And I do have a way that I shower and groom, typically. Toilet routines is funny to me. I have IBS. You can never predict what's going to happen. I have compulsions that involve cleaning household items or other inanimate objects. Not exactly. I have to have those that if I'm going to be using a toilet, it's got to be clean. If I'm going to be using utensils, they have to be clean, and if they touch something, I have weird things also around cleaning stuff. Like, I feel like I'm going to get soap ingested, and that's not good for me, so I won't clean things. I have to have other people clean them for me because I don't trust myself when it comes to that kind of stuff, unless it's like a dishwasher. If it's my physical hands doing it is when it's a problem, which is funny because I was a professional dishwasher. But yeah, so like, yes, but for what they're exactly asking, no. I do other things to prevent or remove contact with contaminants. Oh, to handle or remove, yeah, this. Okay. I checked that I did not harm others, checking that you haven't hurt someone without knowing it. Definitely when I was younger. Now I just assume if I hurt someone, I'd still check it. This is the same question, so no. Check that nothing terrible happened. Yes. Famously, what I would define as one of the main reasons that my first my ex, because I've only ever dated 2 people, but the first person I dated broke up with me. And this is a fair reason. If you're not able to deal with, if you're not comfortable with someone else's OCD, that's fine. But like, they left my place. They said they were gonna call me when they got home, and I knew they were like 20 minutes away. 20 minutes went by and nothing. I was like, okay, maybe they just like stopped to get food or something. 40 minutes went by and nothing. I was like, this is a bit odd. Let me send a text. I was like, hey, everything good? Still nothing. And then an hour went by and nothing. And then I was like, this is normal. This is unnatural for them. They wouldn't contact me if they're blah, blah, blah. So then I was like checking police reports for crashed vehicles. It's not good. And my OCD has not been that bad in quite a while. But no, growing up, it was terrible. And that type of episode can still happen. I think I had something like last year that was pretty similar. Thankfully, my partner now is very good at understanding and helping me deal with that type of stuff. I checked that I did not make a mistake. Repeated checking doors. I don't double check stows. I used to double check all this stuff. But reading, writing, and doing simple calculations, yes. I check some aspect of my physical condition tied to my obsession about my body. Repeatedly, yeah. No, I have a blood pressure monitor. Yeah. Reread or rewrite. Taking hours to read a few pages in a book or to write a short letter because you get caught in a cycle of reading and rereading. Having obsessive thoughts about the shape of a certain printed letters in a book. I'd say not enough to the extent to say yes to what they're saying. Need to repeat routine activities. No, I used to have this thing, and I think it was more of a stimming thing, but I used to have to, when I entered a room that other people were in, I would like knock on the wall 3 times. So we could say passed, but I'm not sure. I feel like that was more of a compulsion. Counting. So again, yes, when I was younger, I had a lot of counting-based compulsions. I have ordered straightening paper and pens on desk, however, sugar, wasting hours, or usually things in your house. I had this with Pokemon cards, but I think that was just putting them in an order. Saving all newspaper, paper towels, wrappers, and things bottles. Mental rituals, performing rituals, and like saying prayers or thinking a good thought. I used to do that a bunch when I was younger. Because I need to talk, asking other people to reassure you a lot when I was younger. Sometimes now, honestly. I need to touch, tap, or rub things. Here's the thing. I used to have to tap. Yeah. Yeah, no, I used to have to do this all the time. I don't know why that changed. I'm glad it did. I take measures and then checking to prevent harm or table staying away from sharp or break. Well, yeah. Wait, do people not do that? Like, if you're not gonna be fragile glass is like the thing I'm thinking of, or like, okay. Arranging your food, knife, and fork in a particular way before being able to eat. No. Eating according to a strict ritual and not being. I count calories now, so not exactly, but I'll be able to eat until the hands-on clock pointed at a certain time. No, but I do set deadlines on my food, my eating. I guess I can say currently, because yeah, I was like, I had 600 calories at 10 o'clock and 600 calories at 2 o'clock, and right now 1800 calories is my maximum. So instead of eating at 7 o'clock 4 hours after, I shouldn't eat until at least 9 o'clock, which is now past. But yeah, so if I was a little hungry earlier and didn't eat, and haven't eaten yet because of that, so we'll go with yes. Superstitious with not taking a bus or train if a lucky number is staying in your house. No. Pull my hair out, pulling your hair from your scalp. Oh, dude. Yeah, no, I used to do this all the time. Because I play with my hair a lot. And so I used to obsessively, like, yank it sometimes, especially when I was stressed out. But not anymore. I did a lot of this type of stuff when I was younger. Okay, scaling. I reviewed the obsessions you checked, and then to help you answer the first 5 questions, please think about the times. 3 to 6 months included today. Checking. Okay, how much time is occupied by your obsessive thoughts? In the past 3 to 6 months. At this point, it's not these bottom two. I'm just trying to think if it's less than an hour a day or an occasional occurrence. The music is like all day is the thing. Go to 1 to 3. Interference due to obsessive. How much do your obsessive thoughts interfere with your work? Slight. Current in the past 3 to 6 months, slight. But I also haven't been at work in 5 months. Distress associated with obsessive thoughts. How much stress? Oh, yeah, no. Typically disturbing but manageable. Resistance against. I try to resist most of the time. Or I mean, if they're not a negative obsession, then I don't typically resist. Degree of control over obsessive thought. How much control do you have? How often are you stopping and overriding? Sometimes, April. Okay, compulsives. How many more questions we got? Oh, just these last 5. Oof. Okay, time spent performing compulsive behaviors. How much time do you spend performing compulsive behaviors? How much longer than most people does it take to complete routine activities because of your rituals? So, I would say occasionally. Interference, slight. Distress, and only slightly anxious. Resistance against compulsions. It depends on the compulsion and degree of control over compulsive behavior. Yeah. Is it 15? My total. It's not telling me what that means, but I believe, and I also don't think that's the total I did last time. I'm not sure that's purely accurate. But yes, I've been diagnosed with OCD as well. OCD, autism level 1, anxiety disorder, bipolar type 2. But yeah, and then we're back here. Let's go to the void real quick. Boop, boop, boop. Watch me get big. What? Oh, no. Watch me get big. Hello. I am big. So I enjoyed this. I hope that if you're interested in these tests or anything else similar, that you seek out these tests. So the ones we did today are on the Embrace Autism website, which is embrace-autism.com, the symbol for dash. If you're on keyboard, on a computer keyboard, it's shift. Or wait, not shift at all. It's the one next to the 0. But yeah, I recommend everyone should take it just to see like what's up. Because I feel like some people have these traits, but they think they're just little quirks about themselves, and you can really get to understand yourself and what's in the fold of normalcy within your neurodivergence. But yeah, I might do some more stuff like this in the future. I don't know. But if you guys enjoyed, let me know. And if not, let me know. This has been interesting. And I will see you guys in another time.